What's Rouge up to anyway? This is strange. It's showing energy readings from 2 separate Chaos Emeralds. Did they really think they could trick me with that fake emerald? Wait, Shadow. I'm the one who should be telling them the end is near, not you. Now is the time to end this long drawn-out battle. Max, placed in history as the ultimate genius. If something happens to me, I'm counting on you to finish the job. Hurry! The moment for attack has come. It's now or never!
What's up, guys? We're back again with the final episode of the Dark Story playthrough. So as you can see, we're now back on Space Colony as Eggman, and for some reason, we still have to go through all this nonsense just to get anywhere on the Ark. It can't just be a simple teleport to where you need to go on the Ark since you have access to it, and boom, you're there. Gotta fill out the gameplay somehow. And in this section, it has us utilizing gravity with our boosters, so we can actually use it to propel upward instead of downward in this case. But it does wear off after a little while, so keep that in mind. You can't just infinitely go upwards and you'll be fine. Have to keep that in mind while you're moving forward. Anyway, let me know how your day is going down in the comments below, guys. It has been a very, very long day, and I'm so glad it's over. I get to relax. I really got nothing else better to do until then. I almost keep forgetting that there are health blocks on here, or health containers in here, just because I rarely ever drop below the reds. I don't really ever need it. And, like, regularly collecting rings is enough to fill you back up anyway. Anyway, not much else to do. We're in the final stretch of the Dark Story, so after this, we won't really have much else left to do until we unlock the final story, so we can get to the final overall conclusion of how this game is canonically supposed to end. Since both endings just leave it, alright, this is what happens when the heroes win, this happens when the villain ends, but it's all up to interpretation for like these two until you get the final story. Then you get the overall conclusion to what's going to happen. Either way, after Knuckles and Rouge's confrontation and she gives up the last piece of the Master Emerald, you'll see it either later on in this video or in, I believe, the next video. I really hate it when, like, they don't follow their own rules and, like, there's a lot of discrepancies when it comes to certain things, because various times throughout this game, you'll see Knuckles with the Master Emerald, and when he's holding it, it's like, you know, a giant gem. But if you look at it in another cutscene while he's holding it, it looks just like the same size of a regular Chaos Emerald, and that's annoying sometimes. Like, just because it's not sticking to size consistency. Anyway, over here, this is Eggman's upgrade for reinforced armor, so we take less damage from hits and whatnot, and I don't know why I'm going back upwards. I think I'm supposed to go down, because I was just upwards, heading down anyway. It was pretty late at night when I was doing this one too, so I was tired as hell. In fact, I think... no, it is in this part, because when it comes time to another part of one of the stages we have to go through a Shadow, I literally had to cut this out, but during the start of his level, I literally nodded off and fell asleep in the middle of playing, and like I didn't wake up until like another minute or two, and like when I woke up it was like 2 minutes had already passed on time. I was like, what the fuck, I need to go to sleep. It was like, but I can't stop until I'm finished, so I had to like just reset the whole timer, because that was embarrassing, falling asleep while playing this game while recording it. It has been a good while since I last did that, like fall asleep playing a game. Well, at least fall asleep while playing the game while I'm recording. If it's like falling asleep while playing a game, I do that on a daily basis. That's nothing new for me. It was just embarrassing actually doing that. But thankfully I carried out so you guys didn't have to like see that, and because I wasn't like recording audio for it too, it's not like you could hear me snoring or anything, so that was a blessing in disguise. At least for you guys. When I was playing it on my Discord though, when I was a part of my friend's Discord, they could hear me. They often have the misfortunate pleasure of hearing me snore while we're on a group chat. So thankfully they don't have to deal with that anymore, just because I left because I do have a bad habit of doing that, and I didn't want them to have to put up with it all the time. And since I want to be leaving soon, I didn't feel the need to stick around in that group chat and like be inactive for a long period of time. That and various other things going on that a few people know about within the group, so I felt it was easier just, alright, leave it, I'll come back some other time or whatever, or at least just try to get out of like that one in particular. But anyway, we're at the end now. Are we? We're getting close to the end. This is like the last major section that we have to go through towards the end, and it starts to get really apparent that you need to utilize your boosting because of how spaced out the platforms are in order for you to reach them. It doesn't help that we have all these artificial chaoses just moving around everywhere, blasting us from all directions. And if it wasn't for that health upgrade boost, I would be taking a little more hits. I was a little bit cautious, a little bit like too cautious to win in certain parts, just because I feel like I could tank the hits now that I have stronger armor. And I need to hit this switch first and foremost to keep this in place so I have enough room to actually utilize the gravity up here. And so far so good. Yeah, this is like the final stretch, I'm pretty sure, because this stage is long. It's almost been going on for 7 minutes, and this is what me doing almost everything right. I did get turned around a little bit towards like the beginning part, so probably take away 30 to 45 seconds off of that, and it's still going to be around 6 minutes that it takes you to finish the stage. And of course, there's still going to be heavy on the freaking projectiles and obstacles littered in your way as you're going through here while you're maneuvering up and down all around just to get everywhere. And thankfully, these platforms are spaced out enough where you can actually see where you need to go towards the end. Just be careful though that you don't fall into the abyss of space and die like a flaming meteor going towards the Earth atmosphere. That it should be. Oh, thankfully I was able to get back over to the side by maneuvering, but I did get caught over here. And overall, there's not a whole lot more left to do or really say. We're getting close to the end game, and I don't think Big's over in this section. It has been a few videos since we last seen Big, and I don't know if he makes an appearance in every stage. I know he makes an appearance in almost the majority of the stages and or cutscenes. Thankfully, I can just mostly drop down here without worrying too heavily about getting a good score. Because with how high my score is right now, I feel like I should be in the ballpark to get an A. And we can honestly we don't have to fire these meteors or asteroids. Yeah, they're asteroids. Because we'll just crush straight right through them and we won't take any damage. And I'm believing that's because we have the upgraded armor, but if you were to skip it, I still don't think you would take much damage from it anyway. But that's what I think. So I'm not 100% sure on it. It's just my take on it. Either way, it's a very linear section when it comes to this part, and that's how you know you're at the end. And it's just basically getting a few more hits in so you can build up your score just a little bit more until the final ending of it. And are we getting chased? Yes, we get chased by a giant drill-like machine through here. And what we want to do is aim for the various mini drills swirling around the big drill. And it's hard to like kind of aim for because it doesn't just lock you onto it. You just have to kind of like keep tilting left and right to the side to hit it, but it's not required that you destroy it. It's just to slow it down. Anyway, 9 minutes, gosh, this is a really long stage. But nonetheless, we still got through it. Bad time bonus though, but good score still got me a high score.
Leave a sweet little innocent girl like me alone.
Well, young lady. Is there something I can help you with?
Mr. Eggman!
If you value your life, you will tell me where Sonic and Tails are. let's take care of business first, shall we, Sonic? Hand over the Chaos Emerald, slowly, and then we'll talk about your girlfriend. That is, if you really care for her.
Handing over the fake emerald? I can kill 2 birds with 1 stone.
Put the emerald down right there and back off.
You turned into a big-time villain, Doctor.
Whoa! You thought you could trick me with that fake emerald, didn't you?
So, how did you know it wasn't the real one?
Tails!
Because you just told me, Fox Boy. Now, for a little space ride. Capsule clears the colony bad.
I'm counting on you, Tails. Amy, take care of yourself.
Farewell, Sonic the Hedgehog.
Sonic!
Farewell, Sonic, my admirable adversary.
Sonic!
Now we have some unfinished business to take care of. If you give me the real emerald, I will release you both. You have my promise.
Sonic!
Huh?
Sonic is asking for the first time to do something for him. I won't let him down. I won't give up.
Okay,
What
Tails.
have you done to Sonic? I'll never forgive you for
You don't sound too upset about your friend dying. Either way, this is exactly like the Eggman version of the boss fight, where the simple stand forward and shoot trick will work. You need to actually maneuver behind me a little bit in order to get a good lock on, and watch out for the giant laser that he shoots out, but that leaves him wide open, so if he does shoot it, quickly get behind him, or at this point I just tried to like tank the hit and try to get a good one in until I was able to get behind him again, and boom. Barely finished him off without major difficulties. Got it in under like 40 seconds, so that was good. But I did not get out of that unscathed.
I guess he was just a regular hedgehog after all.
Legend has it when all 7 Chaos Emeralds are collected, the power creates a miracle. I have 6 of them. They're mine. All mine.
I don't think so.
Shadow.
So that was your plan from the very beginning. Or was it a direct order from the president? Now I know who you are. You're that government spy, Rouge the Bat, aren't you?
So you did your homework, is that it? I would say that's an invasion of privacy.
I could say the same thing about you.
It looks like things aren't quite going your way, but since my job is done, I thought it was time to take what's mine and get out of this place.
You are one pathetic creature.
Look who's talking. What about you? Here are the results of the research project called the Ultimate Life Form. But if this picture is of the real ultimate life form named Shadow, then exactly who or what is standing in front of me?
This is Dr. Eggman. I have found all 7 Chaos Emeralds. Shit. Someone is trying to get me the Eclipse Cannon. There's not much time left before the cannon fires again. Can you get over there?
If you want to live, leave the Chaos Emeralds where they are. The fake emerald is good enough for you.
Do you actually believe that you're the real Shadow?
No
Even your
doubt.
memories might not be real, you know?
Even if my memories are not real, it's still me, Shadow. And I will fulfill my promise to Maria. That's the only thing that matters to me now.
Alright, so it's time for the final chase as Shadow, and to get that, this is the level I was talking about earlier where I fell asleep for a good while. Like, as soon as it stopped being automatic at this rail section, Yeah, I think I just flat out cut it out, but it was funny to me regardless. But things are getting real, guys. We need to figure out who's trying to get to the Eclipse Cannon, but if you've already played the Hero Story, it's not much of a surprise who it is. In fact, I don't need like to pretend for showmanship, like, oh, who's doing this? We know Sonic's survived. And to answer Shadow's question that he was just a regular blue hedgehog, there's nothing regular about Sonic being a hedgehog at all. He was already supernatural by his speed, by like normal comparison, and just in general, a blue hedgehog's very out there. Either way, much like how Sonic's version of this level is, it is very, very hazard-inducing, and you really have to do a lot of platforming in order to stay within the guard of where you're going so you don't fall off and maneuver through the various railings that we will get to very, very shortly in here. The only difference is his as in Shadow's, utilizes like zero gravity a bit more in his version, and that's kind of difficult when it comes to those twirling platforms just because of how it's set up, as you're constantly being rotated around in a circle, because you can always just take a jump a little too high and then you're out of the zero gravity fields, gravity field I should say, and you just will come twirling out into the edge of space and you'll die. And that's kind of annoying sometimes, because you could be trying to home on to something, an enemy, and once you get there, sometimes you might be just a frame or two out of the area and then you'll just die. Same thing if you get hit too. It can knock you out of the area and you'll just fall to your death. And even if you do manage to recover and go back to the field, you can't say the same thing about your rings. They're gone because they're going in whatever way the gravity is, so it's hard to get that back in once you actually take that hit. But nonetheless, we'll still persevere to get further in. As you can see in the top left, I don't know if you saw it very well, but there is an upgrade for Shadow right over here, which is an optional one. This is his Mystic Melody. So using that, we can press the B button near these shrines and open up a portal to another section of the level that we can get to in order to proceed. Like I said, it is optional. It's not an extremely big help, but it is something. And now that we got that, there's nothing else we need to worry about collecting for this day, so we can just move on as normal. And I think this is another decently long one. I think this one takes around 5 to 6 minutes to complete, like on a normal basis, unless you're trying to like speed run it and like cut through various sections of it when it comes to certain areas. Like, oh, that was annoying. If I had just pressed the X button just like a second sooner, I would have had enough momentum to just reach the other end. But instead, just ran straight to my death. And sometimes that is the flaw with Sonic games, where you do want to go fast, but you don't want to go too fast, like you don't see what you're doing, and you just run straight to your death with no consequence at all. Unlike in like Sonic Adventure, where I was able to like do a lot of skipping by utilizing how much speed I can build up with Sonic Spin Dash to skip over big sections, I'm afraid to do that in this game because it's not as broken as it is in then, so they did account for it, so you can easily get sidetracked to where you need to go and like limited to how heavy your jump is. But this section over here, really good to skip because you can easily make the jumps, and hopefully those platforms don't get in your way. It's very forcing to land that jump. I was not very confident when I did it, and I was like, alright, let's just hurry up and get this done as soon as I can so I can go ahead and go to sleep. But thankfully, we're almost there. We're getting pretty close to the end. I can tell when it gets to like certain parts of the level, you can tell when it's getting very, very close to the end in this case, just because of how everything sets up, just based off experience and somewhat memory. In fact, I wager this should be the last checkpoint thing. That's what I'm thinking of, that you hit before you get to the end. And I know I said this like last video too, because you know I'm getting very, very stale on commentary when I'm starting to repeat myself, and that's not intentional. I'm just running out of things I can say. There's only so much you can really say about this game until, you know, it starts to get stale. But thankfully I do have other things to do tonight, hopefully, because my main goal is to get this last part of the dark part. So after this, just get 2 or 3 more videos voiced over, because I don't know why. I have a whole bunch of free time, but I want to try to make sure I maximize my time as much as I can, so I can do other stuff. Because there is another game I have planned to do as well. However, I want to do that one with my sister, so I want to hurry up and get that one done too.
I guess I'm not at full power here. You never cease to surprise me, Blue Hedgehog. I thought that capsule you were in exploded in space.
You know, what can I say? I die hard.
So, there's more to you than just looking like me. What are you, anyway?
What you see is what you get. Just a guy that loves adventure. I'm Sonic the Hedgehog.
I see. But you know, I can't let you live. Your adventuring days are coming to an end.
Alright, so it's time for the last rival fight with Sonic.
Right,
so this strategy is going to work exactly how it did with Shadow. Just let Sonic get ahead of you, spin dash into him, attack him from behind. However, he will utilize Chaos Control too. As soon as he does, just wait behind him and spin dash into him. Kind of messed up the first time because I did it a little too heavily. And there we go. And of course, this will work for the first 2 to 3 hits. And then on the third one, he will start to wise up and jump over you. And at which point you need to wait for him to come back, let him get ahead of you, and start to charge up his attack. Like that, and then quickly attack him from the back before he gets in. And you want to do this before the platforms fall too. And just like that, just like Shadow, this is a very easy fight once you got your pattern and execution down, and that is it. So here's where we're going to end off the video. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one when we take on the final story. So until then, take care everyone.
This completes my plan to take over the world. Now blows the glorious era of the Empire of Eggman.
The ultimate life form.
Chaos
Vengeance.
Space
Desperation.
Supersonic.
Collision.
Untamed power of chaos.
Professor Gerald.
The truth about 50 years ago.
Sonic Adventure 2. Last episode. Wishes are eternal.